Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is Adventures with Plastic Crack. This is mini notes, and we're looking at part 5 of Dolls of the World. So we're up to 1982 here now. So we have Eskimo Barbie, and it says along the stripes of her box, Arctic. So she's from the Arctic, and we see her in the same outfit and box coloration as Snow Princessa Barbie, which I had in with the 1981 dolls that came out in those 4 Scandinavian countries. So this doll, Eskimo Barbie, uses the Asian head mold that came out on Oriental Barbie the year before. In the 80s, she was also used on Barbie's friend Miko, and then she's more widely known as Kira in the 90s. So this is a picture of the sides and the back of the box. We've got the story and the little language lesson down at the bottom, and then a picture of her. And the other side panel has a picture of some polar bears. And a map of the Arctic. So in the information they include Siberia, which would have been part of the USSR back then, and northern Canada, and Alaska, and Greenland, even though Greenland's not on that map. So there's a passport, there's a Speak Eskimo book, and cruise tickets, which is presumably a cruise ship to get into the Arctic, and there's some money there, which I'm guessing is American dollars because Alaska is part of that. And then Canada gets their own box in French and English, and you can see that on this picture here. And the box is a little bit different because the back panel is missing all that fancy stuff and just has a basic paragraph about where she's from in both of the languages. And the side panel is missing the little cutouts, even though it mentions them. So I guess that little picture of the polar bears is supposed to be a Barbie-sized poster. And then the map. Just some other pictures of the doll. Same doll, just the box is different. And in Europe, they also have a different box. Everything is the same. It's just in the 4 languages that we see in European dolls of this era. So we have English and French, and then German and Italian. And 2 languages on the top panel and 2 on the bottom. So in this bottom of the box panel, you can see that it's in German and Italian. And then the top panel would have been in French and in English. And then just a couple of close-ups of the doll slightly behind view, showing that she has a low ponytail there. Okay. So this is a variation of the US edition. It's got the same box and the same doll, but she's wearing a more temperate climate, Native American looking deerskin style fringe dress. It's a Michigan convention doll, and let me get to my picture here where I can actually read it. Michigan entertains Barbie, it says on her little sash, and then in ballpoint pen it says designed by Carol Spencer, 1963, and then 82. So I'm not sure what the 1963 means, if that's just when, might be when Carol Spencer started with the Mattel, but I'm assuming the 82 there means the year. And that's printed in gold on this cream-colored sash that she's wearing, and then she's got this sort of bead-look headband that they've added, but the hair set and the doll and the box is the same. So with India Barbie, they have the Steffi head mold, and I noticed that the prototype has straight arms. She's got palms to the side arms, that look a little bit like Shanny arms, but about a decade too early. So I don't know if they're like really Francie arms or what they've got on there, but the production doll has the regular era superstar arms on it, and that's the only difference that I found for India Barbie. All of the boxes I found pictures of were the same. The makeup on the prototype might be slightly different, but I couldn't really tell because the picture wasn't super quality. If it is different, it'd be closer to the Hispanic doll that came out a couple years prior. So looking at the back of the box, we've got the story, we've got the translations, there's the side panel with the cartoon of Barbie, and then the other side panel has a picture of the Taj Mahal, has a map of India, has the passport, a Speak Hindi book, 2 tour tickets, which we can pretend are to go see the Taj Mahal, and then there's some banknote rupees down here in different denominations. And then on the side panels here is a sticker that says $11.99. And here's just some close-ups of the production doll, so you can see these translucent golden yellow jewelry she's got on. There's a matching ring that you don't see because these are close-ups of her face. But there's a medallion necklace and these drop earrings that are textured. And her face paint is fairly detailed. There's like a brown henna type color and sort of an olive green in there, and defined little eye corners with this pink color, little dots in there, and then the brown eyes and the teardrop shaped bindi. I think that's what that's called, on her forehead, and these sort of orangey red lips. So Steffi head mold for the first India Barbie, and both of these dolls had reissues in the 90s. So the 1991, is it? 1991 Eskimo Barbie looks almost identical, but her face paint is different. She's wearing the same outfit. 1990, either 97 or 98 Arctic Barbie, same deal, but the outfit was a little different. And then 1996 India Barbie, wearing magenta, had the Teresa head mold. And then there were a couple of other India dolls of the world Barbie, like in the 2000s. So those were there. There was Princes of India, and then there was when they had the celebrations one, they had Diwali Barbie, but there might have been a couple others. So this one was the first one, and that's all there is for 1982. They went a little bit light for a few years in the early to mid 80s. And again, I couldn't find any other variations for India Barbie besides just the prototype. But there were definitely those differences in the regional boxes in terms of language and box decoration for Eskimo Barbie, and then that convention doll, which I had not heard of before doing the research for these today. I had some information and pictures for these, but now that I'm doing this series, I'm going back and making sure I have images of the box panels and checking for variations and stuff like that. So that's what we have. I've got a couple of doll parts on Etsy, so check that out in my link tree. It's going to be posted on the slide at the very end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out my playlists tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye!